Yeah, it's funny because Rhilech is kind of playing the champions leader wishes he could, you know, like these kind of crazy melee champions. And maybe he should just be playing jungle, honestly. Then he can also play very selfishly.
Don't give Mikyx any ideas.
Yeah, okay, just just throwing that out there. You can play a lot of wacky picks in the jungle these days. You don't need to touch a mage.
This isn't your Forsen roster. You don't have to gaslight people into switching roles, dude. Chill.
Hey, calm it down. It worked, huh?
All right, here we are. First pick for SK, Ryze. Makes sense. I was hoping for, you know, maybe a little bit more time, a little bit more counter pick, but this did look good for leader. And I think this is a champion that scales fantastically, has a lot of good matchups into conventional mid lane options. So, you know. Yeah.
I think it's by far leader's like best range option. It's a champion he's played for a long, long time. And it's just like, it's like a mage, but it doesn't feel quite like a mage. A little bit of like a battle mage style that has a lot of those similar traits to some of his other melee champions. And he also is then allowed to roam a lot. He has set up for his support and jungle if they ever want to come mid lane. It's going to be Taliyah answered here by NAVI. So I think that's a really good pressure point for SK, would be to try to shut down this Taliyah with the Ryze roots and with all that setup that he provides.
Yeah. And we know from watching this matchup on a few different occasions that even yesterday, jungle pairing is really important. We saw for Vitality yesterday, the Taliyah Wukong was absolutely not it. We'll see if the Taliyah Aatrox is, however.
You do have some CC on the Aatrox, but it's not exactly reliable.
Yeah. So this is, if there was an opportunity for leader to show that lane dominance, to leverage that support that he gets from his team, it is in this 1v1 matchup. If Ryze gets a big lead, he can really just run circles around this Taliyah. As now we also have the Yunara locked in for Jopa. And yesterday he had a pretty solid game. Like the map was falling apart around him. Classic Mikyx Nautilus memes.
Yeah, I mean Mikyx was 0-9 and Jopa still looked pretty good, so pretty happy with that. Well, I think in that Jinx game as well, he had a lot of threats to worry about. I think with the Yunara, you have a lot more personal agency and a lot more outplay potential. So definitely excited to see what he can cook with that. And it's going to be the Wukong locked in here for Skeanz. I mean, with the Ryze providing kind of that CC and utility, I quite like the Wukong lock-in. As then you have a carry pick to match the Aatrox. Just the only thing is, like, I feel like Aatrox jungle should be pretty good into Wukong, because like Wukong doesn't have that much burst. He's kind of playing slow, and he's also dashing then into the Aatrox and tanking all of his damage. And we'll see what I presume that Navi's going to lock in ADC here for Samdi, and we'll see what they want to answer this Yunara.
We're such a fanboy, Des. We're like, Yunara, whatever. Aatrox jungle, fine. Oh, Aphelios. He has 5 guns and he can't talk. Yeah. Well, it could be interesting. We'll see. I like double scaling bot lane, mostly because I also think Samdi has been playing really well. I like how aggressive he's been. I think I got used to so many generations of EU AD carry, not flaming anyone in particular, kind of just hanging out bot lane. So I'm really glad to see so many people playing for every single auto, even in situations where maybe you don't have the kill.
Are you referring to KDA players right now?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, I'm not going to say what their motivation is. Maybe it's KDA, maybe it's fear of being outplayed. Who knows? But there was a time where I felt like only a couple bot lanes really went for those big explosive 2v2 moments, and I feel like this class of bot lane, this year of bot lanes, has been a little bit more explosive, a little bit more spicy.
Yeah, I think Paduk and Samdi both have been pretty impressive, and I'm pretty happy with them thus far. And we'll see what they end up in the support role here. I really like the Bard ban. Bard is super obnoxious for both Taliyah and Aphelios, as they have no way of avoiding that ultimate without the flash, of course.
Yep.
So I like that a lot. I think they could definitely use the second ban here for support, just to make sure that they have a good laning phase for this Aphelios. I'm always thrown off a little bit by before it was so easy to do draft, because you just saw red side, you knew that they were going to pick on 4, but now you need to use your brain a little bit more. And
I don't want to do that.
Yeah, I don't want to do that.
I don't.
So I don't know who's going to pick on 4. We'll see.
We'll find out.
Yeah. No, it's going to be red side, because blue side is banning.
Yeah.
So let's see what last ban is here. They decided to ban the Gwen. Hints at maybe a sort of like tank top blind pick.
That's something comfortable, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, I really like Wunder on the cannon, but not much else, to be honest. It's going to look like something the Sion for Maynter here.
Maynter.
This
is the first time in my career that I've ever think we've hyped up a player who's exclusively played Sion and Cassante this much.
That's true. And he didn't look that good on the Sion.
Nope. But a chance at redemption up against Wunder. As Wunder, this would be cool.
That would be cool. I mean, it's a double immobile carries. I think it's not a bad Cho'Gath game. And he locks it in.
Okay,
Cho'Gath
spice.
I mean, Cho'Gath, I really like as a champion. It provides a lot of crowd control, a lot of utility. The only thing is you need to hit the Qs on CC targets. Not referring to anyone in specific.
Not referring to anyone in particular. Got it. Yes, 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 yes.
But as long as you're doing that and you're able to lock it down this Aphelios Taliyah, there's really not much for them to do. And with the tankiness that he gets from just feasting minions all the time, he's going to be a match for Sion while having a lot more longer range utility than Sion can provide.
Yeah. And one thing that I really like about both these compositions is there is so much individual agency, so much individual playmaking. It feels like every single member of both teams has a relevant piece of CC. Yunara excluded, although ulting, hitting that long range kind of laser W is a really good slow to kick things off. But playmaking potential abound. It's not going to be one of these slow,
nothing
no
happens,
action.
no action. Yeah. I definitely think mid lane is the lane that we're looking at with Poby on this immobile carry. I think both Skeanz and Mikyx will be looking to make a lot of plays around leader. I think Wunder is just going to kind of have this kind of sausage fest in the top lane. Nobody's going to do any damage.
What?
Like, you know, the two top laners, they don't do any damage
Just
to each
hang
other.
out like the wet noodle fight? Is that what you're looking for?
Wet noodle fight. That was, yeah, that's not. Yeah, that's not
Sausage
right.
is very different.
Yeah, that's like, yeah.
Probably lore accurate, but you don't need to worry about that. That's not everything
Wet
you
noodle
learn.
fight,
Okay,
yeah.
not everything you learn in your Discord with your English-speaking friends is safe for LEC Air. That's all I'm gonna say.
Wet noodle fight in the top lane.
Noodle
That's what
fight,
I meant.
which now the context because of your previous statement has changed a lot. Regardless, we'll see what's going on top lane. Maybe there's no damage.
No, we will not see what's going on top lane. My point was that nothing will happen top lane because it's two tanks with not a lot of damage and not a lot of CC in the jungle department.
There you go.
It's all about mid lane.
Heck yeah. Meat on the top side, action in the mid lane. Let's get into it. SK versus Navi. The surprise banger. And I've been pleasantly surprised. I'm not going to lie, guys. I've cast League of Legends for a long time. A lot of times, by the time you're 6 games in and best of 1, you know which teams you don't want to cast. Yeah. Those teams don't exist right now in LEC Versus. This is a banger. Even though it's 1-3-3-1, I'm still so curious to see what happens here. And it doesn't feel doomed. Although, I think it's pretty safe to say that it's a Navi favorite game.
Yeah. Definitely a Navi favorite game, but I do quite like this SK draft. They have a lot of tools to set up themselves up for success. As Navi here do have control of this bot side, and they're going to look to use the extended range from Samdi to try to get some good trades and just the poke that Rakan Q provides and the sustain. So we look to see some trades around this mid lane. Poby just trying to push leader in and have a pretty free laning phase, as both mid laners have opted to go for the Ghost once again. Yeah, I said it last game. I mean, it's mid lane. That is the lane that's no longer taking TP, not top lane. So both top laners have elected to go
I
for
feel like
TP
they
here.
probably finally won the fight against coaching staffs. They're like, look how unplayable it is if I take TP and he takes Ghost. Because I feel like coaches just love having extra TPs. That's the dream.
That's also because players love to fight when enemy has TP and they don't. You know.
That is true. Quick level 2 for Maynter. We're going here anyway. The observers don't care about what you said at all, Jack. They want to see what's going on.
Let's see the meat.
Okay. There it is. They continue to trade blows. Just grass procs in this case.
See the grass proc tally after this game.
Well, keep an eye. You look like you're in game, bro.
I am in game. I can check. But I mean, right now, there's not going to be much that has happened. No.
Bot lane, interesting, but probably not explosive quite yet.
Doesn't sound that interesting.
Did I not sell that? Bot lane is thrilling, exciting.
Farming.
We're just hanging out. And this is one of the things that I don't like about Aatrox jungle being a thing, is that sometimes you're going to get an Aatrox Wukong matchup, and you know what's going to happen for the first 7 minutes of game?
Yeah. The only thing that's kind of curious is that both junglers decided to path top, both towards their tanky lanes and just ignoring bot lane.
Yeah.
I mean, I think there is some kill pressure early game, as you see that Maynter is pretty chunked in the top lane.
Jack, you just got to go back and think about what you said before. Is 2 people really a party? No, you need 4 people up there.
Yeah.
Let's come together.
That makes a lot of sense.
There you go. For now, all is quiet. Fist fight
to the death.
Leader, no. It's a 1v1. It's honorable.
Leader's ghosting.
He's not interested. Flash over the wall. Full committal to Rhilech. Okay, Rhilech is living longer than they wanted. He's still got Q3. Dashes over the wall. Oh! Blinking health bar.
I've seen all I needed to see.
That's embarrassing.
Well, 2 flashes burned from the side of SK. It's going to be a crap for crap trade. This leader invested the Ghost and the Flash, but they just barely don't have the damage. Really nicely played there by Rhilech as he gets the Qs to get some of that healing and gets the dash over the wall.
Buys the time hitting the sweet spot on one of those Qs as well. You know, gets the extra Deathbringer stance auto, and it looks like. Now Skeanz going top.
Goes
down.
Flash.
Forced the flash top. Okay, so small advantage back for SK in the kind of extended play, but still, again, really rough that they didn't get that. Poby also now pulling ahead in gold. Leader burning so many of his resources makes the lane pretty free for Poby to play.
Yeah. It's a nice TP by Maynter to get back to lane. But as you highlighted with that mid lane, could you pull up the leader stats?
Bro, now?
Do it now, please. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so this might seem like flame, but these are numbers. They technically mean nothing. If you think this is rude, you're implying something. We're just showing numbers.
I mean, that's true. I think crucially there as well, what's very important is the jungle proximity.
Yeah.
As we see Mikyx and, I mean, it's a party in the mid lane right now. But Leader has the 2nd highest jungle proximity in the league, aka his jungler is very, very close to him at nearly all times. And usually what happens when you have really high jungle proximity is that it kind of inflates your stats. Because whenever you have your jungler near you, you get to play more aggressive, you get more advantages. But in Leader's case, he's still really struggling. And as we see, Poby's already with a slight gold lead, slight CS lead. We'll see how that develops as we head towards that, like, you know, 14, 15, and mid laners start to eventually leave the lane and they start to side lane. But thus far, I think we can see that they haven't had the value out of this Ryze that they've really been looking for.
Yeah, and you do see a lot of attention from Navi in the mid lane as well. So this game might be a bit closer to even in terms of relative jungle proximity. Is Jopa forced to heal to backstep there onto Parus, but doesn't have to burn anything else at least. Sucks to lose the heal. And I think that's the thing that we're looking out for is SK clearly continuing to play towards leader, has already gotten a lot of attention. So we need to see that manifest into something if this team wants to go further. Because, yeah, I mean, we've all watched the games. We know what happens when the lead isn't there and they spend all their time mid lane, and it's... Well, it's not the only reason they had an 09 Nautilus, but...
Oh, Maynter's no flash.
Flash forward from Wunder, gets the slows. Keeps auto-attacking Q. Backstep from Maynter, decent. Silence still there. They just can't kill him. And SK, he stops the emo. Okay, Maynter, I like that.
But they're getting outplayed. It's again, it feels very similar to the play onto Rhilech. They're not finding the angles that they so desperately need.
And I gotta say, 4 games in the LEC versus 514. It's
one number is certainly bigger. Should be better.
It's true. Thus far, though, not enough to result in a kill.
We'll see.
Though again,
but it's going to be Navi getting the Drake off of this topside play. So nice answer from them. And Skeanz is a little bit behind Rhilech now in the camp department off of those 2 plays. I think a good angle of attack here would be looking for Leader to ulti top before Maynter has his flash ult back up.
Have you switched sides? Because at the start of the game you said literally never go there for any reason at all.
No, I said nothing would happen. But
nothing would happen.
They are constantly trying to make things happen around top. And now they have gotten flash ult from Maynter, so, you know, it would be kind of counterintuitive to now stop going when you finally have him vulnerable enough to kill him.
I see.
But if he has flash ulti, then it's kind of hard to kill Sion, yeah.
Fair. Also just feel like Sion is kind of the poster child these days for tank top laners. For a long time, it was the Ornn Maokais of the world.
I think it's K'Sante these days, no?
I just don't... K'Sante feels like a fake tank to me. He's just a bruiser in a tank outfit, no?
You're kind of right.
But you're correct. Objectively, like, he builds tank items, he's a tank. I just think that Sion's got infinite health scaling, he's slow, he fits the tank bill more for me. But maybe that's...
Although the objectively correct way to play Sion is to buy full lethality and sit in bushes, so...
Yeah, which we would get to see.
He's going top lane!
Double Realm Warp top. Spin, the silence, there's nowhere they could go. They just get the first blood. SK punishing the missing sums, getting themselves a bit of a gold advantage, putting that gold back into Wunder. And that is 510 games of extra experience right there.
Yeah. I mean, with the Sion ulti down and the flash, it's pretty easy for Leader to just look to Realm Warp up alongside Skeanz. They're able to pick up that kill.
Downside is they spent a lot of their resources, spent the tempo, as they say, and now it just means that NAVI gets to push out mid and gets to start up the grubbies here.
If NAVI get all the grubs, it doesn't really feel that great for SK. I don't think Wunder even got a plate up in the top side. So it still feels like an advantage for me for NAVI in the long term here. As Rhilech gets all 3 grubs and has secured that first trade from earlier.
Yeah. I also think the big thing here is he's close to that first item spike, which is so massive for Aatrox. And while Trinity Force is really powerful, in a fight, in a skirmish, I think Sundered Sky, as long as you're hitting the autos, just does so much work. As we see potential skirmish here in the river. Skeanz just going to clone away.
Rhilech forces him out.
Yeah.
I think Trinity Force is a lot more impactful than Sundered Sky.
Did we not just watch a Rhilech game yesterday where
Yes.
he healed like 900 off a single auto?
Yes.
How much you getting off a single auto with Trinity Force?
No, but I think if both Aatrox and Wukong has Trinity Force, Wukong is stronger. I mean, Trinity Force is more expensive and it's like should be a stronger item.
Yeah.
So, but like scaling wise, Sundered Sky gets up to obnoxious healing numbers, especially with the Aatrox ult. But as a first item, he's not going to be healing that much. Like he was nearly 2 items in that.
I mean, this is relative to how low your health is too, and ulti also is boosted on Aatrox.
I mean, technically everything is relative. So.
Why do I feel like I'm arguing in college again? For the, I don't know, one term I went to college before yapping about video games became the person.
I don't know, maybe because you feel intimidated.
By a superior intellect. Regardless, Parus, it's even. Parus not going to get caught, but that ward is going to get a big chunk taken out of it as SK try to fight Trickling Vision. And we're back into a very chill state of the game. The gold is dead even, but the more important thing is first item completions.
Yeah, as Rhilech will complete his Exodia here. Mickey, I mean, is like mind games, you know? He was thinking that as soon as he casts Q, Rhilech is gonna get scared in E. But Rhilech, he has cold in his veins. What did they say? The veins?
Ice in his veins.
Ice in his veins, yeah.
And Ice got 2 pentakills, so that whatever that means to have it in your veins seems pretty good.
Yeah, there's such a thing as called ice, you know? It's not just a flare.
What? Oh, you mean like frozen water? That's where you're going with this, right? Just to clarify. Yeah. Okay. I was like, Jack, stop quoting your Discord friends. It's not looking good.
No, I meant the real object that is currently all over Berlin.
There you go.
Well, that could also be interpreted.
No, it's fine. We're just going to stop.
Ooh!
Poby.
You know what I saw just now that's making me very happy?
Is it Poby hitting the flick and getting another plate for free?
No. It's somebody's inventory. He's going Storm Racer.
Finally. Upset did it yesterday.
Upset did it yesterday. He did lose, but we can't blame the item for that. That was definitely his team's fault.
Wunder gets the silence to... Oh, the cancel's annoying. Maynter still manages to get it, it looks like, with the Bommy's Cinder. Rhilech now wandering in mid lane.
Helping his mid laner push the wave a little bit.
I mean, he has to walk the long way around. There's just no way you can walk up here. But walking into this choke also feels a little bit rough. Lucky for him. I'll be happy to just get that, you know, grub-empowered auto.
Yeah. Poby is continuing to able to get push in mid here. Rhilech starts off the dragon.
Second trade. Somdi 700 gold advantage. No completed item, but...
Yeah, they got some plates on bot. Pretty good bot lead on this Aphelios here. He's soon going to complete that call as well.
You can see already completing the AD quest. Not that, yeah, it makes a huge difference at this point, but nice to have.
Yeah, I mean the thing with like the top lane quest, for example, completing it early can make a huge difference.
Because you get the extra XP.
Yeah, but in bot lane, like yeah, you're getting the extra gold for the minions, but usually you complete it roughly at the same time, so that doesn't make a huge difference.
Yeah, as you say, Jopa completes the quest, so again, yeah, that window gone. Both junglers now level 9. We're 12.5 minutes in. There's been 1 kill. It's a blistering pace, folks.
Will there be another? Yeah, you said you were so excited for a fist fight. That's what you said.
Yeah, in my head, I looked at all the CC, and then I remembered that Wukong and Aatrox probably both don't want to do anything for a while. I actually don't really know what Aatrox wants to do in the early game. I assume nothing because
farm,
yeah, his ganks are terrible. But
I mean, he's down to fight, but yeah, his ganks are not good, so he's mostly just full clearing.
Yeah, Wukong, we know. He's a little level 6 guy. Wants to farm up. All right. Storm Rager completed. Jack's happy.
I'm happy. I'm a happy boy. No coal though. 2 stacks on the coal, that always feels quite bad. He's gonna go in.
Well, he completed his item, it's fine.
It's fine, but it's a blight in your inventory, one might say.
What are you talking about? He gets a little extra on hit?
Yeah, but I mean, it feels bad, okay? So
yeah, I get it. It feels bad.
Yeah. Now he completed it. Now he feels good.
Okay, 1 item for both carries.
Now he's locked in.
1 items for both mid laners. Looks like Poby probably going for the Rhilech second, which is pretty nice against his composition, and especially against leaders. Wunder continues to pull ahead in the top lane 1v1. Has the heart steal. This man is committed to stacking HP. That said, on the bottom side, Samdi shredding this tower.
Yeah, that's the power of that Aphelios red-white.
I mean, first tower, an extra 300 gold. This is just going to further push NAVI ahead.
Really good play by NAVI. They get the first tower onto Samdi. And now with the cold cashed in as well. Pretty good gold lead onto Jopa here, as he's going to be able to pick up presumably a BF sword, get closer to that Infinity Edge. With Drake spawning in 3 minutes, that's going to be their next objective. Unless they want to try to pressure this top tower, but I think it's hard for them now. Ice Herald is spawning in 30 seconds. That's the next objective.
Yep. Skeanz. Blast cones out. Little bit of deep vision set up there. The fight for mid prio probably starts to take off. SK, of course, had initial mid push, so wandering up briefly to lay down some wards. Poby laid up against Wunder. Maybe Leader gets a bit more time to farm, but doesn't have TP here, so should be pretty easy argument for Navi to make to just start the objective, especially as Maynter does have access to his teleport. Samdi, though, you know, dropping the chakram, dropping the white gun does mean that the team fighting is a little bit more tough.
Did you have a good day, Drakos?
Yeah, man. It's been joyous.
Yeah? I hope the Navi players and the SK players have a good day.
I hope so too. I think it'll be hard for both of them to have it as Realm Warp comes in.
Flash
the
for
flash
flash
out of Samdi as well as the cleanse.
Now let's fight the Herald. SK starts it up. Let's see if Navi wants to contest. Maynter got to push in the bot wave. He has to teleport. Good look to teleport to join his team here and look to ulti in. They have to pull the trigger fast though. 6k. Maynter already keeping in.
Exhaust flash ulti available for the Rakan. A lot of room to potentially make plays. Wunder there to try and get the smite secure. Flash in for Rhilech, he just takes it! Oh, that is not what you want to see. Poby on the flank, 1v1ing with Leader, but it might not matter. Big ulti going in from Samdi, but the damage not quite there yet as Jopa going all out, looking to transcend himself. A clean flash over the Rakan. He still gets locked up for a moment, but he manages to take one with him. Wunder trying to finish off Poby, wandering forward, the silence, the knock up on the rupture does not get it done. A double kill for Rhilech.
That's a 3 for 2 for SK, but crucially, it's Rhilech that steals the Herald and Poby gets to pick it up. A really nice flash smite by him as we look at the replay here to start it all off. It's a little bit of a late contest here by Navi, and I thought they wouldn't be able to pull it off, but Rhilech gets the E flash and get that Herald, and then you see that Samdi is suffering from the fact that he has no flash. Mikyx gets a great 3-man Rell ultimate, but it's still not quite enough as Jopa flashes in as well and is able to pick up 2, but still, it's 2 for 3 over the side of SK.
Yep. Jopa liked the flash over the Rakan, liked the confidence again to step forward, but in that case, only actually ends up netting him the single kill and falling a little bit further behind Samdi, who's well on his way to the IE as he takes the Herald to escape. Mid lane now broken open. And I feel like Rhilech can't keep getting away with it, bro. Yeah. We were so worried about the Aatrox yesterday when he wasn't involved in any ganks. And there was a lot happening on the map, and he just had a small camp lead, and then he had that fight around Herald. Yeah. This time it's the same thing as Mikyx now. Caught out a bit, but Aftershock makes it really hard for Rhilech to justify committing any cooldowns there. Navi trying to take control of mid.
Yeah, trying to push in this mid wave. Samdi has that red-blue. Rhilech is off on the flank here. They're just trying to push them out. Jopa crucially has no flash as well.
Going into that choke is really tricky against the Sion Taliyah. Realm Warp available now if they want to reposition and look for a flank.
Crucially, Skeanz still has the flash. I mean, he can find a good angle.
Basically, bot wave pushing in the favor of SK if that's what they want to play through. Top wave slowly building in favor of Navi. It looks like will eventually need to be answered. Might just be another 50-50. Rell morph in. It looks like only Mikyx going to get delivered. Instantly goes in on Somdi, trying to find the ball, but there's just no damage there. Wunder finally getting involved in the fight. Will get away from Desmond Smash. Another ulti for Somdi, doing good damage. Down goes Skeanz. Only gets a tick of that ulti before he drops a triple kill for Somdi.
It's a disaster for SK as they're being chased down. NAVI are routing them. Poby with the ultimate. Rhilech is going to find leader as well. He has the flash.
They're trying to sprint out to safety.
Jopa trying to outplay it as well.
You just can't out-damage Somdi. The red-white.
Leader just barely gets out, but NAVI are getting absolutely everything here. It was a pretty goofy play, to be honest, trying to Rell morph Mikyx in. Kind of 1 versus 5, but he just doesn't have the tankiness to pull that engage off, so he just ends up going down immediately. And the rest of NAVI run them down as we see it here in the replay. I get the idea of having Mikyx try to flank and engage onto Somdi, who has no flash, but there's just not any follow-up, and Mikyx just dies so damn fast. And then Somdi gets a great 3-man ultimate, and after that, SK are just easily picked off and ran down by NAVI.
Yeah, that was such a frustrating fight for SK. I wonder if they really needed to commit as much as they did in the position that they were in, but decided they wanted to force, thought they had an angle. They were wrong.
Yeah. I mean, it feels really scary to always give enemy team soul point, because then you know all they need is 1 smite to get that potential soul, and that's where SK find themselves. Down 3 Drakes, down 5k. It's a very tough position as Somdi is closing in on that LDR as well. Comfortably ahead of Jopa.
Very comfortably. Armor penetration there. It's going to make Wunder's life that much more frustrating. Also, I like the Fiend Hunter bolts. They are solid, but in terms of, you know, long-term raw DPS,
yeah,
IE feels better, I'd say. Now, especially with the armor penetration, we'll see what the next items are going to be. Is Rhilech 1.2k gold advantage. Just continue to be impressed by this guy's consistency more than anything. So
yeah,
we've had a lot of junglers. Yeah, we got a lot of junglers come onto the stage, play a comfort pick, and then have 1 good game. To play exclusively what I would describe as comfort picks, at least compared to the conventional pool, and have almost exclusively good games.
Yeah. So. But it's interesting that I feel like other junglers are not doing the same thing, because like, yes, Rhilech is playing well, but also the champions, like, Aatrox jungle to me just looks strong, but no other junglers seem to be willing to play it. Same with the Ambessa jungle. I think Ambessa jungle just looked great. Yeah. And with the power of it being a flex pick as well.
I don't want to, like, go, you know, too hard on top laners here, but why are all of your champs busted?
Yeah, I mean, it's true.
Why is every...
I mean, that's kind of the whole, I don't know, ethos of top lane. That's the champs are OP, but the role sucks.
Yeah, and so if you can slam them in jungle...
Yeah, now you got an OP role with an OP champ.
You don't
I mean, that's literally what Rhilech said.
Yeah, you don't have to lane on Aatrox when your Q has a, what, 13-second cooldown or whatever, level 1?
Yeah, you can just kill blue buff instead.
Same with the Ambessa. Bit of damage goes down on the top side tower. For SK, I don't know what the comeback plan is here. You have enough CC that you could, in theory, find an angle for a big fight. So this is an opportunity, I think, for Navi to show us what they've got in those mid to late game moments. You do have, you know, names like Wunder, Mikyx, even Skeanz, who have so much experience. So kind of could expect these players to find those creative angles if they present themselves.
Yeah, definitely Mikyx is the man to look out for, I think, when it comes to some sort of creative engage. The problem is just now that Somdi has that flash back up and available, and now that he has the LDR as well, it's just Mikyx is going to get melted. He's going to die so damn fast that it's really, really difficult for him to find that angle before he dies. I mean, he's down 5 levels on Somdi, 6 levels to Poby. It's just, it's not a good time to be a support right now.
No, it is definitely not. And I think you need that instantaneous follow-up from your team, but it's pretty hard to get through the Sion, to walk past the Aatrox. A Rakan who can force a counter-engage. Makes it quite tricky. So now we just wait for the next objective setup. I think for Navi, they're pretty comfortable to just set up around Cloud.
Yeah, the question is how can SK contest it? Because I really think they can't drop the soul, but unless they find a miracle here, Somdi is going to kill them all. So we'll have to see. Maybe Wunder can find a Q out of nowhere, or Mikyx finds the flash engage.
Interesting position to be in, though. Again, Navi continuing to show up, continuing to impress. Putting themselves in a situation where kind of the ball is so in their court that it does feel like it relies on them making a misstep to give SK a way back in.
SK looking to contest through bot lane here as they realize that they lose the mid prio. But this Drake will go down very fast. Now he wants to try to finish it.
Poby laying down the wall. Wunder split from the rest of the team. Skeanz looking for an angle into the backside. Parus initially going to kick things off, but the Drake is already gone. NAVI now starting to peel back. Ulti from Samdi is huge damage, but the follow-up CC is there. Down goes Samdi. A hope for SK as they try and turn the fight. Rhilech healing up big. Has the Cloud Soul. He's so damn fast. Skeanz going down, but I don't think they can kill this Aatrox. Jopa forced back. Rhilech again taking over. Already got 2. Looking to make it 3 as Poby takes the final kill.
SK got Samdi, but it's Rhilech and Maynter that are the unkillable raid bosses, just wrecking havoc in the back line. And even though SK had a great start to the fight, it's not enough. It's 4 members down from SK, and it's Nash for NAVI. As we watch how it starts off here, Poby gets a great wall to zone off the SK members, but still Mikyx is able to find this great flash engage onto Samdi alongside Skeanz with the Wukong, and they take down Samdi so fast. The fight looks pretty much won for SK. They have such a good start to it, but Rhilech's HP is just not dropping. It's staying at 100% throughout the whole damn fight with all the healing and the tankiness that he has. They just don't have what it takes.
Yeah, and you could see, and this is the other struggle for them because their AD is down in Ina because Jopa doesn't have that armor penetration.
Samdi, what are we doing here?
Samdi trying to keep the fight going, but it looks like he's just going to die. Wunder eats him.
I don't know. I mean, I think Jopa took a bot wave, and then Samdi was like, oh, he's trolling his tempo, I'm going to kill him. But then Wunder opened bot, and I mean, ADC versus top laner has never been so fair, has it?
Okay, you ready for a lore question that I don't know if you'll be able to answer?
Okay.
So do you know Aphelios' lore?
I know that he is...
Oh, hold that thought. Fist fight. Mickey doesn't want to hear the lore. Understandable. Maynter slowly but surely backing up. He's flashed. He's fine. He's out.
He's fine. Now the Nash play, though, is kind of ruined from Navi. I'm not going to lie. I think this game is going to go Elder. So, yeah, you can ask your lore question.
Okay. So, basically, Aphelios is just a dude.
Yeah.
His sister, mega powerful.
Yeah.
Problem is, she can only, like, support other people. So he has to eat this flower that, like, numbs all his pain. He literally can't feel anything. So, king of emo boys circa 2000, for sure. If Cho'Gath eats him, because all that stuff is in his veins, can Cho'Gath get Aphelios guns? Necrit, I'm going to need an answer. I'm going to need an answer. Because that sounds sick.
Okay, but you have to also think, though, that Cho'Gath eats a lot of things. And he doesn't become all those things. If you eat, like...
What? Okay, but I'm saying that like the reason he can be infused with the power is because of the things that he's eating. And then Cho eats that guy. And then if Tom eats him, these are the things you have to think about, Jack. These are the questions that keep me awake at night.
But Cho'Gath doesn't have... I guess with his little hands, he could hold the guns.
Maybe. Hard to say for sure. It's Rhilech. Oh, God, every Q is hitting. The ulti from Samdi, good initial damage, pairs with a quick follow-up, and suddenly Maynter out of nowhere with the steel chair! Crushing dreams! Flick doesn't quite connect, but Navi, they're Goomba stomping him.
Maynter from downtown here crushes SK's dreams as they're looking to end the game. Maynter TPing back. They're on to the Nexus towers. SK need a miracle as leader is trying to clear out this wave, but it's 2 cannon minions here that are continuing to battle down this tower. They do have the grubs as well.
Jopa finally has 3 items, but I think it's too late. The immediate exhaust onto Skeanz. Getting chunked out as Mikyx finally here, trying to protect his jungler. The heal used.
Navi.
1 tower left.
Need to back off here. Elder in 2 minutes. That's the next big objective. As Navi is forced to base and back away. Victory still in their sights.
Yeah, it's feeling a little bit like that moment in the 2 towers where it's like, yes, hope is here, but then Gandalf doesn't show up. This is that timeline. This is what that... It's like the end of the 5th day. Everybody's tired. They're in the keep.
Yeah.
Hope is gone. But this time, there's no Gandalf.
Now, what would the Gandalf be?
Perfect Mikyx flank engage into...
We've already seen that, though. Like, or we've already seen. The problem is they can't just kill Samdi.
No, and actually,
I think
you're right.
What it is? I think it needs to be Rhilech that gets too overconfident and goes deep, and then randomly dies, and then they 545 on the Elder. Because that will happen. Like a jungler, like will invade red buff before Elder spawns. We've literally seen that happen in LEC. It was 1-1-3 who did it.
So we're now, for the sake of SK, if we imagine this comeback, we're betting on one of the best, if not the best performer in this game in Rhilech.
Yeah.
Just for some reason making a big dumb play.
Yeah, because he wants camps, because junglers want camps.
They do like camps.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds pretty cooked for SK then. That's a pretty tough position to be in.
Poby gets the ultimate, but there's no wave, so not really much here. Elder spawning in 50 seconds.
There's a Cho'Gath. He can do a lot of damage to that objective.
NAVI is pretty split here with Maynter on mid lane, but SK don't want none of it.
NAVI can reset. I assume this is where they reset, sprint out with home guards, set up, take up control. But there's a lot of vision for SK already. An only bot inhibitor has been taken. And they don't really have push in top as Wunder clears out that wave. So it's not... The gold is terrible for SK. The buffs, awful. They're in a bad spot. But in terms of the map, it's not too bad.
It's not too bad. The only thing is that bot wave is kind of a ticking time bomb. Oh. NAVI are the ones with full control, as leader's looking to run away here.
You're running, ghosting, dodging.
Ooh, nice sidestep.
Manages to make it out.
Yeah, he's forced to burn the ghost, but Jopa is able to clear out that bot wave, which is really nice for SK. No longer having to worry about that.
But they really haven't marked Parus on the flank. It's easy for him to get that backline set up. Somebody has really excellent guns for a fight. I assume he cycles into white after he finishes the blue off here.
Yeah. Should be red-white next on the menu for him.
All right, leader ready to go
has
mid.
An incredible flank here.
This is such a deep flank. Can they kill Samdi fast enough? Knock up onto Rhilech, pretty far forward. Silence interrupted. That's really smash. Skeanz going to the backside. Parus trying to interrupt. That's the spin. Leader tries to get the damage down into Poby, but now he's backing away. Samdi just splits to turn right back on top of him. Wunder wants to fire back, but now they don't have any damage to kill Rhilech. Never mind. Jopa getting a little bit done, but they split away. They kill the flanker. Leader's already dead, and it's falling apart for SK.
It's 3 for 1 here. As NAVI are looking to just push mid, they just want to end the game. Parus will look to continue cancelling Jopa's base here.
It's a play.
Jopa can't base. Taliyah and Rakan will continue cancelling his base. Wunder needs to get it off, but I don't know if he can hold 1v2.
A little bit extra movement speed already used. Rhilech and Samdi, a terrifying duo to try to go up against as Wunder wants to clear the way, but they're just going to hit the towers.
Yeah.
Hoping that maybe he can kill Samdi, but Samdi's killing him a whole hell of a lot faster. NAVI 3-1, moving up to 4-1, taking down SK Gaming. Mikyx, one last desperate stand, but that is not the Gandalf at Helm Deep. Another loss for SK as NAVI just continue to impress.
Yeah. SK, they tried to find some miracle engages, but it just wasn't enough. And NAVI with Rhilech at the helm just really continues to impress.